I swear, as I'm getting older, I'm feeling the cold more and more every winter. I'd be absolute rubbish living in those harsh winter climates in the Northern Hemisphere. So I've got the jacket on today, guys, just trying to stay a little bit warm. Anyway, I move on. Welcome to another video. Thanks for stopping by and checking out to see what's going on with my running journey in this breaking 3, aiming to run another sub 3 hour marathon at the Melbourne Marathon in October, now just 11 weeks away. In this video, I'm going to go through a bit of an update on how the first week of the training plan got on. The topic of the video, be smart. So what does that actually mean? Well, if you watched the last video in this Breaking 3 series, when I was putting together this training plan for the Melbourne Marathon, I said the plan would be fluid. I wouldn't be afraid of making changes if I felt that I needed to make some changes. And guess what? Week 1, there was some changes. The first week of the plan called for a fast 5 kilometres at my local park run. But on reflection, having another look at that first week, I'd already done 2 high quality speed sessions earlier in the week, which I'm going to dig into a little deeper later in this video. But I just felt that in the first week of the training plan, throwing in another fast day, which would have been the 3rd fast day in 5 days, just wasn't going to be the ideal thing to do. So I made the smart decision to change the plan around. Hence the name of this video, Be Smart. What I did, I canned the 5K time trial and just turned it into a 13 kilometres, just a nice easy pace, not overdoing it. Now, I also made another smart decision in week 1, and that came in the Sunday long run, and I'll get to that in a little minute. But let's have a look at the first week of this 12-week training block. The week started with a 12-kilometre recovery run, getting out on the grass. In that first video, when I put the training plan together, that was one of the most important days of the week, was to just allow the body to recover after the Sunday long run. Now the Tuesday session and the Thursday session were those higher quality fast session, guys. I'm going to go into those in a minute. Wednesday was the midweek long run. Got out onto a hilly loop, 23 kilometres. Ended up with a few hundred metres of elevation, so that was really good. All about building some leg strength. Friday, rest day. That was my first rest day for over 40 days. I tell you, I missed the running on that day, but I was really happy that I allowed the body to freshen up a little bit. And then Saturday was that park run. So Sunday, the long run, 33 kilometres, but I tell you what, it was a shocker of a day. I'd had no sleep on Saturday night, and I just felt so tired that I actually laid in bed and I ummed and ahed, should I or shouldn't I get out of bed and go for the run? In the end, I did. I wanted to do 3 by 2 kilometre pickups at a little bit slower than that marathon goal pace, that 4:15 per kilometre average pace. But the wind was just absolutely howling, and the deeper I got into the run, the more tired I felt. I did knock off 2 kilometre efforts, but the 3rd one just wasn't going to do it, and I scrapped it. I just made the decision, and I think in the end it was the smart decision to make. The last 5 kilometres were back into that teeth of that wind, and I just sort of hoisted up the white flag and just pretty much just jogged the last 5 kilometres. It was a tough long run, and I haven't had a tough run like that for quite a while, but in the end, I'm happy I got it done, and it's good to have it in the bank. All right, so let's go back to those Tuesdays and Thursday sessions and have a look at those a little bit closer. Let's roll the tape. I'm sure you can hear that wind coming through the microphone. Plan tonight is a 10k tempo. It's going to be interesting in this wind. They feel okay for a couple of strides. See how they go on this tempo. Not going to film, guys, because as you can see, sun's setting. I'm going to run out of light soon, so I'll let you know after the tempo how I got on and how these shoes felt. Stand by. That was Tuesday's tempo run. Just grab those shoes, because this was the first run that I had in these tempo next percents. I've got to be honest, they felt really clunky to begin with. I reckon it took me probably 4 or even 5 kilometers to really start to feel comfortable. And as you saw in some of that warm-up, some of the strides that I was doing, it was that was a little bit off-putting. Yeah, I really enjoyed running in them towards the end, and that tempo. I'm going to go through the stats in a second, but this shoe's going to find its way into those faster sessions leading up to the Melbourne Marathon. Took a little bit of getting used to too. This here, how it's there's no tongue, it's just like a glove that fits on your foot. A little bit hard to get your foot in there initially, but very comfortable to wear. So that tempo, and as I said in the last video, I did want to run these tempos just slightly faster than my marathon pace. So my aim was sort of 4:08 to 4:10 per kilometre pace. In the end, that tempo worked out at a 4:06 average. I've got to say, it felt really comfortable, and I'm sure the shoes had a lot to do with that too. Very consistent pace right through, range pretty much from a 4:03 up to a 4:08. All right, now Thursday's session was one that I haven't done before, and that was a marathon compound which consisted of 1 mile at 5k pace, 2 miles at 10k pace, and then 3 miles at marathon pace. Now this is a continuous session, so what's that, 6 miles all up, 9.6 kilometers. I was a little bit apprehensive about this session, starting out at a 5k pace and then dropping the pace down. Just was a little bit concerned that I wasn't going to be able to hold the marathon pace for that 3 mile effort, but again, really surprised. Ran in the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel V2. Love those shoes. Just felt, I just wish I could wear those shoes every single day. They're just so comfortable. I really enjoyed that session. Just got to get the marathon pacing right. I was a little bit too quick, a bit closer to 4:05s rather than the 4:12s, 4:15s, that goal marathon pace. And these shoes, I just can't say enough good things about these shoes. They can do everything. Recovery runs, easy runs, speed sessions, long runs. Well done, New Balance. This shoe is the bomb. My average for the whole session was 4 minutes per kilometre. 5 kilometre paces at 3:48, and then the 10 kilometre paces were at 3:55, and then the marathon pace, the first mile was around that 4:10ish per kilometre, but then dropped down to a 4:03 and a 4:06 for the last 2 kilometres of that marathon pace effort. The deeper I got into that session, the more comfortable I actually felt, so that's really promising going forward. Week 1 in the bag, 113 kilometres for the weekly mileage, and that was with the rest day on the Friday. The body really appreciated that rest day. Couple of weeks now of consistent, continuous running before I have another rest day, 2 days before that Sunshine Coast Marathon. So keeping our fingers crossed that that half marathon will go ahead. We've got quite a lot of exposure sites to COVID here in Queensland at the moment, so let's hope that that all settles down. All right guys, that's it. That's week 1 of the 12-week training block aimed at breaking 3 hours at the Melbourne Marathon in October. Thanks very much for watching. If you hang around to the end of the video, there's a couple more videos for you to check out. Really appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. All right guys, until next time, stay safe, happy running, and I'll see you in the next video. Hooroo.